What is up everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be explaining how Aston Martin has been struggling with their 2025 season. Now if you've been watching Formula 1 this year, you will know that Aston Martin and Fernando Alonso has been struggling to find pace, grip and downforce in the car. Now this has been a common theme with their cars over the years, especially when they bring upgrades to the car, where they start off good, but when they apply the upgrades in the car, we see it become slower and harder to control, losing out on many points and potentially podiums. An example of this is 2023, where Fernando Alonso started finishing on podiums, but after putting upgrades on, started finishing outside the top 5 or even outside the points sometimes, leading to 2025 where we see them currently in P7 in the Constructors, with Lance Stroll having 14 points and Fernando Alonso having a nightmare season with currently 0 points after 6 races and 2 sprints. Now this does look like Lance Stroll is outperforming Alonso, but if you look at the qualifying head-to-head and race head-to-head, we see Fernando Alonso significantly before outperform Lance Stroll with a 6-0 qualifying head-to-head and 4-0 in race head-to-head. What tells us that if Fernando Alonso didn't crash his car in the rain in Australia and didn't make contact with Liam Lawson in Miami, he may have managed to grab some points on the board. Now, of course, we are only in the 7th race of the season, so Aston Martin can still have time to put their act together, but I think they will focus on 2026 more because Adrian Newey is fully focused on that car, with Enrico Cardell coming in as well this year. Now I think Aston Martin's current problem right now is that they rush through their upgrades, leaving them to have no clue of what they want to do in terms of car development directions. This has gotten so bad that in Miami, their 2023 car was 5 times faster in qualifying than their 2025 car. Now this might sound quite small, but in terms of qualifying, every tenth is quite big, especially 5 tenths. This does get me thinking that Fernando Alonso may get sick and tired of the dreadful performance of Aston Martin and may even retire before the 2026 car regulations, although this may be unlikely as Honda are supplying Aston Martin's engines. Hopefully not the GP2 engines. And Aston Martin will also have Adrian Newey, who did make championship running cars for Red Bull and Williams, for example the Red Bull 19, that won every race except Singapore in 2023. This may give Fernando Alonso a confidence boost ahead of 2026, as if they manage to outdevelop every team, they could potentially have a chance of getting runs and even a championship. What will make Fernando Alonso happy, considering as he has now spent more than half of his career being winless, what does sound crazy, as Fernando Alonso won 2 championships with Renault and 32 wins with Renault, McLaren and Ferrari in his first half of his career. Another thing Aston Martin might do is put Lance Stroll into their World Endurance Cup team to potentially get higher potential drivers if Honda and their sponsors demand. What does sound likely, as Lance Stroll does look like he does not want to be in Formula 1 anymore. There has been quite a few rumours the past year that Max Verstappen may join Aston Martin for 3 years with a $264 million contract. That would finance by the Saudi Arabia Sovereign Wealth Fund, who does claim that they are interested in buying Aston Martin F1 team from Lawrence Stroll. Although Fernando Alonso did deny it from the press conference, it could still be possible, as Max Verstappen is linked to leaving Red Bull and to join Aston Martin, Mercedes and even Alpine if his patience runs out from Red Bull's 2025 car performance. This could be big as both Verstappen and Alonso are proven world champions and could create a better driver lineup than McLaren and Ferrari that has Oscar Piastri, Norris, Lewis Hamilton and Leclerc. Although this is rumours, it could also be more beneficial for Max as he has Adrian Newey and Honda being back in Aston Martin that he had before in Red Bull, and they worked really well. They were really dominant in 22, 23 and even got 2024 and 21 as they were less dominant, but they still managed to clutch it up from Lewis Hamilton and Lando Norris. Although this is Aston Martin we're talking about, Lawrence Stroll probably wouldn't allow this as he still probably wants his son to be in his team. Overall, if Aston Martin wants to maximise their results, they better act cautiously and quickly before it's too late, as their car on a good day can be good, but they need to fix their issues with their upgrades first to unlock their true key performance. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more Formula 1 content, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel with notifications on to never miss a video. Peace out.